Hey, I don't know if y'all knew, but Microsoft is dropping a brand new console that has buttons and stuff on it you can push. They also got some new games and all this stuff over here, so, hey, let's get into it. What is going on, guys? Dealer back again with yet another video talking about all of the latest happenings in the last 72 hours? Days? There's things that have happened. You might want to know about some of this, so I made a video. You know what I mean. We got a ton to cover today. But hey, we got to give a big shout out to today's video sponsor, Turtle Beach. Today's video sponsor, Turtle Beach, and their Recon controllers for both Xbox Series X, S, PC, as well as the Xbox One. These controllers do pair game-changing audio innovations with game-winning controls. Now, not only did Turtle Beach include ergonomic cooling grips, but they've also got a Pro Aim feature as well, meaning at a press of a button, your sensitivity on your joysticks does change, enabling you to be more accurate, a little bit more responsive. It even includes 2 additional buttons on the rear of the controller. Add to all of that, all of the EQ settings, enabling you to have superhuman hearing for those footsteps in Call of Duty. You've got a ton of different sound tunings here with the built-in mix amp on this controller, designed for Xbox first and foremost. This brings high-end headphone features to anyone with a 3.5mm headphone jack. These controllers do come in white and black, and they are wired to win. Less weight, less latency, no batteries needed. Better controls, better audio, all at your fingertips, and believe it or not, it's doing all of this for the same price as a standard controller. Get yours at the link down below. It's kind of crazy that Turtle Beach are sponsoring things on this channel, and it's all because of you. I mean that, seriously. If you don't watch, they're not here. So, if you want to support the channel, click that link down below, all that good stuff. Let's get into some topics. We'll start with something kind of light. Crossfire X, yes, the free-to-play multiplayer / Remedy single-player driven title, is apparently coming soon. Now, they've said this before, but their internal documents, as I've covered before, do say the game is slated for 2021. However, is that the case? I feel like they would have said something by now. But Xbox is tweeting out about the game, and that's good. They've broken radio silence, and it's looking like the title might be a little bit closer to launch than it was, yes. There's also a few different updates for the Xbox Series X, some upgrades to titles you may love, like Little Nightmares 2. Yes, this game is freaky and creepy. It's both of them. Yeah, it's like the dude that licks his own eyebrow while staring at you from across the room, and I don't know if that's a good thing. If you did enjoy Little Nightmares 1, you've got to jump into the sequel. I think it's quality. I'm almost done with it, and I gotta say, now with 60 FPS, it's even better. Though I would remind Bandai and Namco to just stop doing 30 FPS modes, but that's just me. Just, default to 60. Come on, it's common sense. So much so that Saber Interactive are launching their new World War Z expansion. I do believe this is an expansion, and it does have a 4K 60 FPS patch for the Series X console. And it comes with a ton of new features, including a new combat system, new maps, new survivors, and much more. I'm looking forward to World War Z Aftermath because I really enjoyed World War Z. I actually did a review on this game. Really surprised me. Saber Interactive, very quality team, doing things with zombie mechanics in the way that I haven't really seen done before. For example, building a bridge or a tower of themselves to get over or up to an obstacle while you shoot them all down and they topple from the bottom up. It's pretty interesting. I kind of found it surprising, and if you haven't tried World War Z, it is in Game Pass. Aftermath hits late September. Now this one's quite interesting, and I'd like to know your thoughts on this because a developer is accusing Insomniac of lying. Yes, claims that their title could only ever run on the PS5 and its SSD. Well, they're all lies, according to this developer. Traveler's Tales founder does say Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart could have easily been done on PS3. Now, for one, that's crazy. I mean, this dude is going for the neck. He don't care, right? He's going for the goal, and I don't know what the goal is. I guess just to make a lot of Sony fanboys mad, but mission accomplished. Now again, Traveler's Tales founder John Burton does say this claim that it can only be done on the PS5, is misleading. And as you know, Ratchet and Clank, it does have these teleporting worlds with all of this detail AI and different set pieces going on. Now, to be more specific, he does say that all of these things, these teleporting portal rift thingies that Ratchet and Clank is doing on PS5 could have easily been done on hardware from 2 generations ago. And if you remember, they referenced the PS5's SSD as the reason that this is is possible. Now, he does say that it's a bit misleading because all of the different portal action you saw in the trailers ended up just being a cutscene, or at least most of it. Meanwhile, Insomniac would just pass that off as some kind of amazing sequence of Ratchet zipping around between different dimensions, right? That's basically what he says here. So yeah, let me know what you think of his claims. And again, remember, this is just one developer. This does not mean it's true or not true. It just means that, well, there's one developer that thinks this is possible on hardware from multiple generations ago. Remember, we've had developers say that the Series S is holding back all kinds of different consoles while neglecting the fact that it's not really using any next generation features yet or velocity, which does multiply memory speeds. Some developers say yes, some developers say no. What is your thought down below? Oh, I didn't see you there. I was looking at my new limited edition Halo Xbox Series X that I couldn't pre-order or get at all. People can't even get a normal Xbox Series X right now, let alone a limited edition Halo Infinite console that comes out November 15th. And some of you are thinking, well, why is it coming out before the game? Yeah, well, Cyberpunk did the same thing, and you will get a code for Halo Infinite with this console. It just will not work until, December 8th, the launch of Halo Infinite. Yes, that is the official launch date of Halo Infinite, and they did confirm this at the Open Night Live with Jeff Keighley. Now, Jeff Keighley seemed to enjoy the multiplayer. We'll see what he thinks of the full game, but I really don't care what he thinks of the full game. I'm looking forward to the full game, even though it doesn't launch with co-op, as I covered in my last video. Still really excited for Halo Infinite, and you know what? I think you should be too, because it's time for these big games to hit. Forza Horizon 5 looks absolutely insane, and it hits a month earlier, November 2021. 2 big games. Every single month, Game Pass is giving us something, and it's about time these first-party games start hitting, so I'm very excited. Let me know if you are looking forward to Halo Infinite down below. And again, this is the Halo Limited Edition console and the Elite Series 2 controller. This thing is going for $200, and let me know if you were able to get one. Again, this is almost like a trailer for things you just can't buy. They could put a normal Series X in this trailer. You wouldn't be able to buy that either. They've been out of stock for, since they were born, right? You've just never really been able to get a Series X. While Series S's are a little bit more common, they are also more widely produced, and I think Microsoft should shift some of that production towards the Series X's, because in the first year, the first 6 months especially, the hardcore want the most expensive, more powerful system. That's one reason you are seeing more Series S's out there just available for purchase. The hardcore guys, the ones out there checking every day, they want that Series X for the most part. But again, I've already covered how the Series consoles are Microsoft's best-selling Xbox ever. Yes, better than the 360, the original, the Xbox One, all of them. It is the best-selling at this rate in Xbox history, which is kind of crazy if you really think about how the shortages have affected things. Speaking of affecting things, this new Razer headset is bound to affect some of you, the Halo Infinite Edition, that is. Pretty smooth. I'm not really sure about the materials. We will ultimately have to see, but it does look like a plastic there. And I'm not sure about the price point, but I figured I'd let you guys know about this, seeing as Halo Infinite stuff is just going out right now, apparently. This thing does hit October 21st. Let me know if you are planning on pre-ordering this thing. But yeah, other than that, there are just more game reveals and gameplay world premieres to cover, like Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm personally not looking for the multiplayer of this game, but I am intrigued in the single player. I just don't like iron sights. That's my big secret. I just really hate iron sights, and usually there's not a lot of customization in this era, right? And if so, it's not very genuine or realistic, and you get a bunch of blowback from a bunch of different people. So yeah, maybe I'll mess around with the multiplayer, maybe I won't, but really I'll be spending time in Battlefield and Halo Infinite with the multiplayer. They also did recently show off some more footage from the Gunk, and apparently it has a release date for this year, but they didn't show that in the trailer. I've always been intrigued in this title. And lastly, we've got Dying Light 2. They are actually showing off more footage here very soon with IGN. Yes, if you are excited for the zombie slaying action here, jumping off of their heads while you're chopping them off, then you've got a little bit of fun to be had here, especially if the game does maintain its co-op, which I'm pretty sure it does. So, let me know your thoughts on all of these different games coming to Xbox, and of course, guys, they're going to look phenomenal on the Series X and Series S. I am loving the brand new additions of higher frame rate titles on these systems, now with no CPU bottleneck. You are looking at a scenario where developers are running Assassin's Creed Odyssey at 60 frames per second on a Series S. They're running it at 60 frames per second on a Series X, and they're doing all of that at a better fidelity than the One X for the most part, and the frames are really more than worth it either way. And this is all without using those RDNA 2 features and things like velocity architecture. Let me know your thoughts. Psychonauts 2, how far are you? I've been playing it for a couple weeks now, and it seems to be quite quality. As I mentioned in my last video, let me know your thoughts on that. And of course, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Turtle Beach once more for partnering up. And let me tell you about their Recon controllers. Check that link out down below. And of course, if you want to be a Patreon channel member, all that stuff is there as well. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. I'm Dealer. I'm out.